Welcome to Tokyosaurus. So what's up in Japan? Just yesterday we had a confirmation of J.J. Abrams breathing life into a live-action adaptation for the blockbuster anime film Your Name or Kimi no Na wa. Today we have yet another announcement on a live-action adaptation, but this time on the blockbuster anime series Sword Art Online. Skydance Television was the one that acquired the rights for the project, and for this adaptation we'll be getting a television series instead of a film. Skydance Television announced the multi-year deal with writer-producers Patrick Massett and John Zinman. The two will be writers, executive producers, and will basically run the show for the live-action television series, while Leita Kalogridis will also executive produce the series. Massett and Zinman co-wrote Lara Croft, Tomb Raider way back in 2001, and has collaborated with each other many times after that. Leita Kalogridis is a screenwriter, television, and film producer, and you've probably seen something from her before even if you've never heard of her name. She wrote the screenplay for Avatar, Shutter Island, and Terminator Genesis, just to name a few of the recent ones. And that's Avatar with the blue people, not the Airbender one. Interestingly enough, she was also a writer on the Ghost in the Shell live-action film for a while, until they replaced her with another writer. Skydance says that they're already deep in development with the 3 for the series, and so it's not like one of those half-baked see where it goes type of announcements, and that they want to satisfy the franchise's sci-fi and anime fanbase, while also trying to appeal to new TV audiences. So here is where I think this project kind of differs from J.J. Abrams' Your Name project. They're definitely going to change some things in this adaptation in order to appeal to those new audiences that the original didn't appeal to. And so far there are no mentions of anyone on this project that is involved with the original. Now I know we don't always need to have someone from the original team to be on the team of the new adaptation, and they may get help down the road from the original team anyways, and the J.J. Abrams adaptation of Your Name is probably going to change a lot of things too to fit their vision, but I feel just that much better when I know there is at least one person on the team that was at least partly responsible for the massive success of the original piece of work, and that they are in a high enough position to make decisions here. J.J. Abrams' live adaptation of Your Name has one of the 2 original producers on their team, whereas the Sword Art Online adaptation has none so far. Having said all that, Massett and Zinman are absolute veterans at their jobs, having done Friday Night Lights, The Chicago Code, and Last Resort, while also co-executive producing The Blacklist. Their most recent movie, Gold, also starred Matthew McConaughey. Skydance Television themselves are pretty new, having only produced 2 shows so far as a company, with 7 other ones that are in development. Most of the ones in development are adaptations of novels or comics, so it seems like that's the route they're going to be going for. Until they release more detail on the cast and setting of the story, I'm gonna reserve my judgment, but on paper so far, Your Name's project is looking far more interesting to me. In terms of difficulty, it's probably easier for Sword Art Online to be adapted and still be able to tell the same story even with a change in the setting of the story. It doesn't have to be in Japan, it doesn't have to have an Asian cast. Most of the story happens in an online game anyways, which means there's probably gonna be a lot of CG. As long as the budget and the writing is decent, I think it can manage. Whereas in the case of Your Name, it is much more difficult to adapt and please the ones who watch the original, because so much charm of the plot and the characters have a very distinct Japanese spirit to them. Either way, I'm kind of excited to see where these live-action adaptations go, because they have so many films to reference before them that have already mapped out what not to do. So that's it for the live adaptation of Sword Art Online for now. What do you guys think of yet another live-action adaptation, this time coming in the form of a TV series? Some people say the SAO franchise can't go anywhere but up anyways, or that if it ends up being completely garbage, then it would actually be a faithful adaptation. So as usual, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Don't forget to drop a thumbs up, stay subscribed if you want to be updated with the latest that's going on in Japan, and I'll see you guys in the next one.